Hello everyone. So I wanted to talk about GoWipe strategy, mainly just to try and improve our ongoing improvement plan for wars. We obviously won the last war, very well done. It was by the skin of our teeth. But we now have a 3-war win streak, and it's actually been 120 days since we last had a 3-war win streak. So that puts the whole reason behind why we've had just jumped straight into a low level war, just to try and clinch another win guaranteed so that we can get a 4-war win streak. Just trying to turn the war log a bit more green, really. And after this war, then we'll certainly be going in with the TH10s. We'll try and find a TH10 setup similar to the last war that the TH10s were in, actually, which I believe we won. Possibly the one with Solo Ragazzi, where the details are not available anymore. But anyway, I digress. So we're just going to pop into the war, which we just had. So it's a victory, 41 stars. We just beat them on destruction. We really needed to push for stars more again up the top end than anything. Nicola started this war. I personally wouldn't have put so many TH10s in together, but she took a risk and it paid off, fortunately. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about GoWipe, and I am loving the TH8 GoWipe setup that I use at the moment. I think it's a great TH8 setup with the 2 golems, 1 P.E.K.K.A, everything else wizards, 4 quake spells, 1 rage, 1 poison, and a higher level P.E.K.K.A in the war CC. Now, what I aim to do is to get all of the heavy troops, your golems and P.E.K.K.As, to sort of spread throughout the width of the base that you're attacking, and effectively get all of those defensive structures firing away at the heavy troops that you've deployed. And then I think it's always good to have a lot of damaged troops in behind, not so far behind that the heavy troops die too quick, but they need to be in sufficiently close so that they can get the damage on those defensive structures while the heavy troops are taking the heat and getting those defensive structures down. So anyway, that's all very well and good for TH8, but I've thought TH9, I've tried it with my TH9 account. I don't have very good level GoWipe troops on my TH9, but I thought, I wonder if that strategy that I use could apply to a TH9 that has a higher level golems, higher level wizards, not high level wizards necessarily, sorry, high level P.E.K.K.As. Don't worry about the level of your quake spells, it makes no difference whatsoever. You can keep your quakes at level 1. The whole thing that I was once told a while ago, that if you had level 2 quakes, you only needed 3 to bust through walls, that doesn't apply. It's 4 quake spells all the time for any level walls to destroy. But I'm going to I gave Nicola a strategy yesterday. She went in on base number 5 with a setup that I use on TH8. So Nicola's obviously got, oops, no, I don't want to start that. Nicola's obviously got higher level golems and P.E.K.K.As. So I was curious as to if my strategy will work with the higher level heavy troops, and I think the turnout was that it does work. So I'm going to go back into this attack here, and we gave Nicola a strategy. Now, the strategy was we wanted to start at the bottom here, and we wanted to create a path directly into the heart of the base, into the town hall, and where all of those really nasty mortars and expos are that can do a lot of damage and continuously chip away at the health of heavy troops. And of course, not to forget wizards as well. They tend to die very quickly, but high level wizards do fantastic damage. So Nicola's gone with this setup where she's taken 2 golems. She's actually taken 2 P.E.K.K.A.s rather than 1 P.E.K.K.A and a P.E.K.K.A in the CC. But I guess it doesn't matter which way around you do it. Nicola's actually taken max level wizards in her CC. So we came up with a strategy of busting through the walls, just right sort of here in the centre, in between the air sweeper and the archer tower, just create a path directly into the centre of the base. Also, those CC troops will come out and they will help pull those troops into the centre of the base. Now, as you can see, 2 golems, 2 P.E.K.K.A s, CC full of wizards. Everything else is wizards apart from the 2 archers there, just to top up the troop count to 220, no doubt. Obviously the heroes, 4 quake spells, 1 poison and 2 rage. Now, what my theory with these attacks always is that if you can spread your heavy troops throughout the bottom area of the base there, so let's say from where that D drill is over to roughly where this dark elixir dark spell factory is, and basically just try and create a blanket, a line where all the defenses can fire upon, and all of those troops that you deploy, the heavy troops you deploy, can soak up all the damage. Obviously that needs to be backed up by a nice spread of wizards, because the wizards need to be behind, because they need to be taking down those defensive structures. And obviously if defensive structures are going down, then they're starting to do less and less and less damage. Oh, hello, what are we doing here? Connection lost. They're doing less and less and less damage to your troops. What's going on here? I'm in a hotel Wi-Fi. It's never good. Right, so let me just go back into one. We'll actually get on with the attack now. Nope, where am I going? This is what old age does to you. You push the wrong buttons. Right, okay, war events. So let's talk through this attack. So first off, we're going to drop some quakes right there and create a nice little path straight into the centre of the building. Now, I've got Nicola to drop 1 golem, so all the firepower can get on that golem, and just give it a few seconds just before the next golem gets dropped. And a little small gathering of wizards just to start chipping away at stuff. Obviously the poison spell down there because of the CC troops. Burn away at those CC troops. I don't think you need to take the CC troops out at the start of the attack, but obviously dropping that poison does help get rid of them a whole load sooner. Now it's important that we keep enough wizards here to fulfill the strategy. So we've used the once the golems have gone down, they've been backed up by a small gathering of wizards, and then the heroes were deployed, and then the CC wizards were deployed, and they're all going into the centre now. A nice rage spell down will really help all of those start working away at taking those defences down. And obviously these expos here are going to be on the heavies as they move into the middle, as are these mortars. So what we're trying to do is keep all of that damage well away from the wizards. Now, it's always a concern that when you throw everything into the center, and what I find from many of these GoWipe attacks, there's always many stuff at the back end of the base that's still left over, and that's always the problem with the 2-star GoWipe strategy. Well, we're trying to make a 2-star GoWipe strategy a 3-star GoWipe strategy here, by making sure that we can get around to the back of the base and mop up everything there. And by doing that, and this all came from my peckers going AWOL, and it used to frustrate me that I dropped my peckers and they would just disappear on one end of the base or another end of the base. So what I thought was, because that happened on so many of my GoWipe attacks, what can I do? What can I do if the peckers do go off? Is there something that I can change about my attack so that they can the peckers will be okay? And then I started thinking, well, if the peckers are going to go around the base, then why don't we keep some wizards back to back up those peckers, so that at least while the peckers are taking a whole load of damage, then they've got a pack of wizards in behind them that can mop up all of the defensive structures that are around them. So we'll carry on with the attack here. Everything's going into the center there, and 2 peckers deployed. You see where the peckers were deployed? One right here and one right here. Now the aim is, the idea is for this pecker to work up around this side of the base, and this pecker to work up around this side of the base. Obviously these peckers are now backed up by a gathering of wizards each. And while this is going on, everything's still going on in the center. You can see that Nick's still got a rage spell left. She's still got the hero's abilities to use. And best of all, there's still 14 wizards in the bank there. So let's carry on. And it's just a bit of judgment now to get in that extra rage spell down, using the rest of your wizards. Something needed more for the middle, so a few more wizards going in to help out the middle there. I don't believe the hero's abilities have been used just yet, but there's the pecker on the outside taking a load of damage. Those wizards taking down all those defensive structures in the middle. The middle's clean. We don't have to worry about the middle anymore. Those expos and those mortars are all gone down, and you can see this pecker, although he's very low on health, got some wizards there. Okay, well, we certainly have done a lot of damage to that side of the base. We've done the middle of the base, and these wizards are still going over here. Although the peckers have died off, probably mainly because of these Teslas, we know that we've still got the Archer Queen going. And, you know, I'm not saying that this is how to attack. This is the best attack. I'm just saying this is personal experience we've had a lot of luck with. This is the first time Nicola used this strategy, and I don't doubt that it won't be the last. That Archer Queen just mopping up the rest of the base, really. One Wizard's Tower left. That Wizard Tower gone. There's nothing else that can destroy that Archer Queen. So plenty of time left. And whatever's left is going to go down. It's a pretty solid base, that, for TH9. I would say it's on par with pretty even with Nicola's base. And there we go. That strategy was a 3-star strategy, and that attack got 3 stars. So there must be something in it. And just looking again, 2 golems, 2 peckers, loads of wizards. I think our problem is sometimes we go too heavy on the heavy troops. We take too many golems, too many peckers, and I've seen some people's attacks where they've only taken 12 or maybe 15 wizards, and I just don't think that there's enough damage, because the same thing happens all the time. All the wizards die off, and you've just got a golem and a pecker walking around trying to take another 75% of the base, which they're far too slow. You're going to run out of time. It's not going to happen. So hopefully that's food for thought, and hopefully I haven't bored everybody too much by doing this review. But well done on the last war, guys. We did win it. It was close. Let's keep this warlock going Let's try and keep it green. We'll have the TH10s in next. Let's just do the best we can. I think winning wars, we do have to be a bit more selective with teams. It is unfortunate because I promise you, I would rather take everybody into war all the time. That's how I like to do war, but it's just not been effective in the past, and I think we're moving away from that now, hopefully. And let's get some war wins on the go and get this clan back to how it always was. Cheers for listening, people, and I'll see you around. See you in game.